Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. Before you watch the fan cam, I just want to give a shout out. We are not sponsored, we're actually partnered with Foco. This is what I'm wearing, Foco here, my nice Hawaiian Chelsea shirt. There are plenty of other things that they offer. Anything Chelsea merch, if you want any of it, funky, it's pretty nice. Check out Foco. We've got a QR code here, and also you get 15% off if you use the discount code cfctvyt15. Click the link below that we use. It does help the channel as well. It shows Foco that we are helping them. But if you like it, check it out, and if you can, why not get one? They do all different sizes. I mean, I'm not very optimistic about this season, but I don't really know what to expect. But one thing I do know, Foco's pretty nice, so check them out, click the link below or scan the QR code and enjoy the rest of the video. Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV, I hope you're all doing very well. I'm here with Carefree Lewis G, the man, the myth. I haven't seen you at a game in God knows how long, but he's back, pre-season vibes, 1-1 against Inter Milan.
I think it's a fair result, personally. Inter weren't really at their best. We definitely weren't at our best, although I do think we improved a little bit from what we've seen in pre-season. Defensively there were still errors, but we were a lot better than I've seen in the last few games. There was less balls in behind for us to deal with. I think we were managing space a little bit better than we usually do. It's just the same old mistakes are creeping in. And obviously it's still pre-season, so we're not making any big judgments just yet, but it was good to see some gradual improvement in the fact that we didn't really concede a lot of chances. I think we did well when we were on the ball. I think we progressed the ball pretty well too. Just the final third, typical Chelsea, just very indecisive. Took way too long to try and make the right decision on the ball, and just lucky to get a goal at the end of it.
What do you mean by that when you say we took too long on the ball to make decisions? We didn't release it, we should have taken more players on?
I think more releasing, if anything. And I get that as part of playing a possession-based system, so I'm not even that frustrated about it. They're still trying to figure out, I think the right word to say is how to win in this system. Yeah. Because we're good in terms of possession, we're good in terms of progression. In terms of the killer edge, in terms of cutting instinct, we haven't got that yet. And even for this sort of game, and Nkunku wasn't starting, Jackson wasn't starting, Palmer wasn't starting. We're not making any crazy judgments. The only thing I'd even say that comes close to it is that, Mudryk, I need something. I need you to give me something. At least Noni, for how frustrating he is, he'll take on a player. He'll do something once every 4 or 5 times. Yeah. Mudryk, even though I'll say second half he got a little bit better, probably unlucky not to get an assist. Very, very frustrating. I really need to see him make a name for himself this season.
Do you know what it is? It's not just the fact that he doesn't always take players on, or he picks the wrong pass, or doesn't pass, whatever it is. It's like you said, in the second half he gave it a good go, and it's just a lack of quality. And I think
indecisiveness. That's why I say when I compare to Noni will try and drive at a player. He will try and ask a question to the player, even if it doesn't really work. Mudryk is tippy-tappy. It's I might cut inside, then I'm going to cut outside. I'm going to take 5 or 6 seconds to think of a decision, and then I'm going to pass it sideways or backwards. That's frustrating. You're not even trying to ask questions of your fullback. And that's my problem with Mudryk when I compare it to the other wingers. Sterling will give me something every now and then. Noni will give me something every now and then. Mudryk, I'm praying to God. I'm literally praying to God.
Who was the winger that Man City had when Guardiola first came in? Jesus Navas. Now, I don't know why he just popped into my head, but he wasn't a special player in a lot of ways. What did he have? He had pace and he could whip a ball in. These are very simple things, and sometimes
he was a good dribbler.
But sometimes I think to myself, Mudryk, why don't you just play to your strengths? If you don't feel confident dribbling, knock it on and use your pace.
Because this is the thing with Mudryk that's even more frustrating, is the IQ. How many times we see Enzo telling him what to do when he's off the ball? Make a run here, be in this position. If you want to pass the ball to me, be ready to receive it in another position afterwards. We don't really think like that, as he literally makes it all up as he goes along. Which is what worries me with him, because he looks clueless. He looks really clueless. And look, it is pre-season, so I ain't trying to write him off. But bro, please show me something. I'm begging you, because the excuses aren't going to be there this season. It's now your second full season at Chelsea, your third season in general. It's 2.5 years now. Need a little bit more. But That's like one of the only few negatives from the game. I thought Mark Hugh was decent. For the limited service that he had, he kept trying to press the goalkeeper, he kept trying to make something out of nothing. That's a positive, cool. We'll take it for what it is. Enzo, I thought he was good in the first half, fell off, disappeared in the second half. Didn't really notice Dewsbury Hall too much, and like the whole midfield and the defence fell apart for the goal.
I think Enzo's positioning changed when Caicedo came on, because he went into that 6, didn't he? And Enzo was pushed over to the left. And I think that we all know that Enzo's not as good when he's out wide. You can whip a ball in potentially. We saw one goal in pre-season.
He was good against Madrid. Yeah, that was the last.
That's when he got the assists. But
and he was good on the left side in that game.
But one pass isn't going to change what I think. I mean, Enzo's a player, if the team revolves around him and if he's allowed to get things ticking, it's great. But this is the problem. We're overloaded in midfielders in a certain position. Caicedo and Lavia compete for that 6. And you got Enzo, who is more than capable of playing in that role, but defensively just doesn't offer enough. So you're forced to play him out of position.
I don't even know if that's too much of a problem. I feel like it's a good selection headache that we have in the midfield. Because someone's getting disappointed. Like, I feel like it's going to be 2 out of Caicedo, Lavia and Enzo that starts against Man City. I feel like it's going to be Caicedo, Lavia. Like, Lavia's been one of our best players in pre-season. Even if I didn't really notice him too much in this game, I think he's been one of our better players. Caicedo is Caicedo. He's our best midfielder. He starts. End of discussion. So, God knows what happens with Enzo. Maybe try and find a way to get him into the team with the other 2, because like Maresca isn't going to drop Enzo, because I feel like the board are going to want to get the best out of him and Caicedo for the money that they made out of the pair of them. So, good selection headache to have.
Yeah, what about the inverted fullbacks as well? I mean, we saw a lot of gusto, and this is Cucurella's first game back.
He was alright. Like, didn't make any real mistakes on the ball. I don't think he was partly responsible for the goal. Did alright, did his job well.
Do you think that Cucurella's going to be the one who comes into midfield the majority of the time, or Gusto on the right?
Oh, definitely. You're going to have Gusto playing the right centre-back role when we're in possession, I think.
You mean right midfield? Like, coming in, inverting?
Yeah, no, Cucurella's going to be the one inverted. Okay. It's going to be Gusto left centre-back, right centre-back. Okay. That'll be for the first 3 games, and I assume we're going to put James back into the team.
I see. Because I'm not really keen on James inverting. I don't know about you, but I wasn't a big fan in pre-season of what I saw with James. But Gusto looks a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, Gusto looks a lot better in terms of ball carrying, in terms of link-up play. James didn't really feel as comfortable. Part of me does feel like for him, and even for the likes of like a Chukwuemeka and Nkunku, I try and give them the benefit of the doubt when they make mistakes in pre-season, because they're not just coming off last season and sharpness and rustiness. They barely played the season before that, so it's an extended bit of sharpness that they're lacking. So for those 3, like Reece James, if you're not really understanding that position yet, it's okay. These men are going from a pressing system to a possession-based system. That's going to take time for them to understand. So you have the teething pains now. That's why throughout pre-season I've tried to keep a level head throughout things, because it's very easy to lose your head with the results that we've been having, but we've been playing good teams and we've been playing a new style of play. You're going to have these problems. I'd rather you have them now than have them midway through the season. Get rid of those problems now. So it's not too bad for me.
No, absolutely. And one thing that I was slightly confused about was that we started Sanchez in goal and not Jorgensen. We've only got 1 game left, and Jorgensen hasn't actually played that many minutes. So does that mean that at this moment, Maresca's number 1 is Sanchez?
Probably. And I don't know what to make of that one still. Look, I'll give him a chance. But I won't pretend I'm moved. I'm sniffing pure hopium, just begging that Maresca gets something out of him. But I'm also just waiting for Jorgensen, because I don't think the Madrid game's enough to judge him, even though I think there was areas that he could have improved on. Passing was decent, but he got ran through like 2-3 times in that match. We'll see. Sanchez is a completely fresh slate for you. You're very, very lucky that we brought in a possession-based manager, but God knows. God knows.
I mean, when it comes to Sanchez and Jorgensen, for me, I love Petrovic, but obviously it's the passing out the back, that's the problem. But as a goalkeeper, I think he's better than all of them, which is frustrating. But
he had his own problems. Like, forget just the passing out the back. He was poor when it came to near post shots. So even with Petrovic, it's like you're the best out of a bad bunch. And if your claim to fame is really just being better than Robert Sanchez, it's like, nah. is what it is. If they don't want to rely on Petrovic, fine. But you've brought in Jorgensen, you've brought in another goalkeeper. That's like our 8th. We bought that Mike Penders guy. That's
I think we're on like 10, man.
Yeah, we're on 9 or something. Maybe even 10, God knows.
Ridiculous.
One of them has to be the guy. We can't be going in next year for another goalkeeper. So we'll see. I kind of expect Jorgensen to break out into the first team. Because if he doesn't, the hell have we bought him for? But we'll see. I don't know. We've seen one game of him, if anything.
Yeah. I mean, one positive spark as well at half-time. Pedro Neto was revealed. 60 million. It's a lot of money. But actually, you could say he's probably the most proven player that we've brought in this window.
He's a guy that's been a nightmare for us for years. He's Prem proven, suits that tag as well. Plays both wings, direct player, very good chance creator. I would have wanted him on in the second half of Mudryk personally after that first half performance. Yeah, welcome to the club. Start him against City, please.
What's your predictions going into the season?
4th in the trophy. I'm not lowering that.
Is that an expectation or a prediction?
Expectation.
What's your prediction?
4th. Still 4th. Until I see evidence that shows me otherwise. As of now, the squad was good enough to be 5 points off 4. Should have won a Carabao. We should be able to progress. If the players that we brought in don't up the team, if the manager doesn't improve the team, that's on the owners. That's on the directors. But they chose to go down this path, so I'm expecting progress this season. I'm expecting 4th. Conference League goes without saying. Go win that and end the trophy drought. Domestic cups, just don't go near City and Liverpool and we have a chance. Who knows? Season should be a step up for us this year.